Here we are, recording. Hello, everybody. So nice to see so many people participating. This first live session of Worldview Dimension. It's wonderful to see faces and starting connecting faces to the names. Um, so yes, before we introduce ourselves a little bit more and I outline the idea we have for this hour together. Hour sometimes goes a little bit more, but the plan is to spend this hour together. I would like to invite you to just take a moment of silence. If you feel comfortable, to close your eyes, take a deep breath, and just connect with this wonderful, vast, and beautiful topic. Is that you welcome each one of us and all of us to this learning journey together. Let's also welcome those who are not able to be here for this first live session. And all the diversity we bring. Thank you. If you can slowly open your eyes if you have them closed. Let's just, I can see everybody already have your, except you, team, have your microphone on mute. That might be very helpful, especially for the recording, for others listening and seeing this video afterwards. Thank you, team. Yes, so part of the intention of this, besides, welcoming you all and also having a space to say your name and to meet especially Sasha and I, your facilitators for this dimension. Also, Gil is here and he will be available to answer some questions, questions you may have already about the flow of the course, any logistic questions you may have. And of course, along the course, you will always be able to count on Sasha and I for that. But for today, for this beginning, it's great to have Gio here. And I would like to just give a little bit of, again, an outline for this hour. And then it would be great to hear a little bit from each of you, your name, where you come from on this planet, and also where you're speaking from. And yes, and then, as I said, we have a space for some questions and answers. So for this first module, Holistic Worldviews, is an opportunity for all of us, for you as participants in this course, to raise your awareness about your worldviews and all the many lenses through which you interact with the world, to also understand a little bit more about the difference from mechanistic worldviews and holistic worldviews, which is, come from science and also philosophical concepts. And I'm sure you will enjoy some of the contents of this first module. And I hope you also have a lot of insights. As I said, it hopefully will support you as you get awareness and you get more in touch with the lenses through which you see the world and interact and act in the world. It gives you more sense of choice, right? Because many of us, you will see that many of those worldviews come from invisible forces, such as your culture or your religions, your family, your, et cetera, et cetera. And as you get in touch and you get more agency behind your actions and your choices, you will probably feel more in touch with your sense of freedom and power. And this journey, and that's at least in my view, and I'm sure each of you will, and hopefully will have a different, approach to this, but in my sense, it is at the heart of a sustainability design, because obviously everything that informs our choices is very important. How you will then design all the important aspects of your, not just an eco-village, but your life in community. We all live in community, right? We all live in community. Even if you are alone on the top of a mountain, you are in community. Your body itself is a community. And I really hope all the learning that we share here will enhance your participation in the world. And I also would like to take an opportunity to invite all of you to really participate in the forum. This is an online course, so of course it will give you a lot of input, a lot of information, wonderful information. Some of you might have done the presential course, the ED in person, which is wonderful. And this opportunity will enhance that with more in-depth content. But the forum is where we can practice walking a little bit our talk, our dreams, where you can, expose it a little bit yourself and also get inspired by others. I saw, and I was really excited to see how many people already introduce yourselves and participate a little bit on the forum. Thank you for that. And yeah, I'd love to see more of that. After the second module is reconnecting with nature, which is a wonderful theme as well. And then you have an opportunity to access the many ways in which we connect with nature, but also to, it's like, what does that mean, reconnect with nature, right? This is also a very insightful, to me, an insightful question. I think I will leave here for now and invite Sasha if you'd like to add anything. And then Gilles, if you'd like to add anything for now, and then I'd like to hear your names, where you come from, and then move on from there. How does that sound?
Good, thank you, Rona. Yeah, thank you for the introduction also. That is, yeah, very nice how you opened it, and the different views you mentioned now, the world views, the personal views. So yeah, we all walk through our lives with all these different views, and they can change, no? And this is something which is also part of this training, no? That we can change. We can change ourselves, and we can change some things in the world. So there are chances and opportunities, and I think this is so great. I looked through the list of all the participants, and as I could see, there is someone from each continent, at least one from each continent, and it's so amazing always. I really like that we are spread over the whole planet, and yeah, can be agents of change everywhere, and having a new view about ourselves and about our environment, and share that with others. Yeah, this is always this exciting thing with this training that we are so many already. Yeah, there should be many more, but we are already so many. So this is for me always exciting to see that. And yeah, I what can I say? Maybe I can say something about myself just quickly, because it just comes up in my mind, because it also changes my worldview a bit lately. Because maybe just a little anecdote, but I was born in the United States, but my parents moved very quickly back to Germany. And I never thought I have a American citizenship, but seemingly I have. So it changed my worldview a bit that I have two citizenships, and it's not an easy procedure, but yeah, actually, it's also something which has changed lately for me. So I don't know what this will mean for my life, but yeah. Some people want green cards. I just suddenly have a passport, so I don't know. But yeah, really a little change in my life in the recent month. Yeah, and I don't know. I said already. There's a little video of Rona. There's a little video from me. I think I put already also some words in the on the platform, but for those who didn't read it or didn't see it, I'm my base education is urban planner, architect, and then I did a lot of other trainings in sustainability, from permaculture to these Gaia trainings, and cradle to cradle, many more. I'm also Kundalini yoga teacher, and yeah, these are the things that influence my worldview really a lot, or how I walk through the world, and how I try to act. Yeah. So yeah, I'm really excited. Always the start is wonderful, and I'm also really want. Rona said it already, but I really want to encourage you to come to these meetings. For me, as I remember that when I did the training, it was really wonderful experience to meet you and talk to each other really more or less face to face. No, it's of course it's not really face to face in real life, but it's extra plus for me to have this opportunity to see you here, and that we have a conversation here, which is for me also. I'm slow in writing, so I enjoy to have spoken words also. Yeah.
Thank you,
Okay.
Sasha. Thank you.
Children are also here. That's great. I think, okay, maybe this is a good.
Yes. Yes, thank you, Sasha.
Gio, do you want to say something, or shall we just go around for all this?
Yeah, I won't take very long. But I want to say how happy I am to see all your faces, and most of you, we've been following the course all year, so I recognize the faces and the names, and it's wonderful that we continue to meet in this space, which is, this is a space where we can create a little bit of community for ourselves. And so it's a very important space, and I'm really excited that there are 20% of the students are in this call today. That's really something. I want to celebrate it, because it's wonderful, and the course could not happen without this process of meeting each other a little bit. My worldview is informed by many things. I've lived long enough that that my worldview has shifted in many ways. I was born in Italy, but I was raised in South America, in Venezuela to be precise. And now I live in the United States. So I am calling now from the Northeast United States. I also started an eco village in Mexico 40 years ago, which I am very active in. I have a home there, and I spend a lot of my time in Mexico as well. So really, I have a wide perspective on the globe. And all my life, I've been interested in this idea of creating community. I really believe that we don't go through life alone, and it's impossible to do that, in fact. So the one message I like to leave in this particular meeting is to encourage you to create community in the classroom. This is a little bit different than how we do it normally because it's a virtual community, but it's a learning community, and it's amazing how much we all have to share with each other. It's amazing to learn what you have experienced, what I have experienced, what our facilitators can bring to that experience, and put it together and somehow feel connected, feel that there is a possibility to live in a better world. I don't want to overlook the fact that we are in a very disturbing time right now, and probably humanity has always been in a disturbing time, but this is very particular, and it affects us because we are alive now. And sometimes it's hard to have hope for a good outcome of what humanity is doing here on Earth, but we have to find that, because humanity will continue, I hope, for a long time here on Earth. It's all relative. We only been here for a couple 100,000 years, I think. I wasn't there a long time ago, but I am here now. So this is what I want to particularly encourage you to engage with the other students in the classroom, in the forum, or in these meetings that we have online. This is the essence of the Gaia education curriculum, is to be able to work together with others and learn from each other how we can make our lives better and how we can make a better world for others as well. So thank you all very much, and I'll pass it back to Rhoda.
Thank you so much, Gio. So inspiring to hear you. Thank you for bringing the world, and the world that is as it is now, in our importance of what are we doing here together. It's really touching. And I love that Sasha started that and Gio followed. Wonderful. If I would like to invite all of you, if you have something, as you say your name, where you come from, where you're speaking from, if you'd like to say just in a sentence or two, if anything in particular that you would like to say here to introduce yourself, have shifted your worldview, feel welcome. That was beautiful. Or, the diversity that you bring today. Because of time, I would like to invite you to be like, deep and breathe, as we say in Finland, which is a great also practice, right? To be really like in touch and go as deep as you can in a short time. I'd like to invite you to just share for a minute. Yeah, if you have anything about your worldview that you'd like to share, it would be wonderful to hear. And I can be the last one and say a little bit about me too.
So Fiona, Rona, I would suggest you start with somebody. Just ask one person to start, and then that person can pass it to another. That way we can move along. Yeah. Yes,
that's a good suggestion. I just would like to respond here to Christiane, who asked me to put my name as Gaia host. I don't know how to do that. So yes, but it's Rona, R-O-N-A, my name, Rona.
Rona, if you hover over Gaia host, you will see rename.
Okay, so I do that as we,
yeah.
Oh, there we go, done. Thank you, I learned something. Thank you for asking. Okay, so I'm just gonna follow here the screen, and I'm gonna invite you, Jenny, if you feel ready. And if you're not ready, you can just pass to the next one you see on the screen or someone, but so we keep the flow as Jill suggested.
Hello, I hope you can hear me. My name is Jenny. I was born in Italy, but raised in the UK. And my worldview, I guess, has come from traveling the most. Spent the last 12 years traveling, and through learning different languages and learning different cultures, it really opens your mind to see the different perspectives of other people and helps you understand more than your own opinion. And I'm currently calling from Lanzarote, Spain, which is also a different culture, a different way of speaking, and learning a lot, and most to do with patience. And I will pass it on to Martina.
Thank you, Jenny. Hi, I'm Martina. I'm calling from Italy, where I live and have been raised. My mom is from Norway, so I also have a worldview that is shaped by two different cultures. And I have also been traveling a little bit, so I'm learning about new worldviews every day. And I'm particularly curious about this dimension. I have done the other dimensions as well, so it's the fourth dimension, and I have the feeling that in every dimension we grow a little bit also as community. There are many people here I already know from the other dimensions, so it's very nice to see everybody again. Yeah. That's all. I will have to leave a little bit early today because I have a yoga class I have to go to. So I will just stay for another 5 minutes and then just sneak out for this time. But I hope I will make the other calls entirely. Thank you. And I will pass on to Hernan.
Thank you, Martina. And hi, everyone. I'm Hernan. I was born and raised in Argentina, in Buenos Aires. I moved to Brazil right after college. I lived there for 7 years or so. I got married there. And then I moved to the US in New York. And recently I moved to London. So my worldview was obviously shaped by not just by where I grew up, but also the places and the people that I have met of different backgrounds. I would say that my worldview actually keeps changing and probably has changed over the recent years way more than what has changed before. This is the second dimension I'm doing. I did the economic dimension that just ended. I was drawn by it. I studied economics, and still there's so much that I could not understand of how things work, if you want. And I really liked it, and I didn't know if I was going to keep on doing the dimensions, and I was really attracted to the course and also to the community. I really enjoy learning from everyone, so I'm very excited to keep participating in these courses and in these forums. And I will pass it to Cristiane.
Hello, I am Christiane, and I come from Denmark. I actually live in Denmark now, but I have been traveling a lot, and I've been living in different countries, which has formed part of my worldview, but even more so, it's formed by some very deep spiritual experiences I've had in my life, and also from my farming background. And I've worked with food and lifestyle since '82. And also recently, since 2001, my main work has been to help people to change their worldviews, because I've developed some methods based on the spiritual experiences I've had, which showed me how the mind worked to actually make those shifts inside. I guess that's a short version. No, one thing more. We are in the process of creating an eco-village in Denmark at the moment, which is international because we're speaking English and we have several nationalities. So it's for people who's beyond one nationality. We're also creating a people's college, which is green and blue because it's close to the sea. So there will be like sailing and diving and stuff besides the whole green view on the world we'll be teaching. I think that's enough for me. And I will pass it on to Iona, whom I enjoyed being in the first group with this morning. We had fun in Cupra too, so I'll pass it on to Iona.
Hi, thank you. Yes, my name is Iona Clive. I am from London, lived half kind of half my life in Somerset and half my life in London. Somerset South, probably most people won't know, South West England. And I mean, my worldview has been sort of rapidly changing from obviously a young age. I'm still young, but always changing. Always changing. Every time I always want to accumulate as much as I can and to experience all sorts of things so that I can expand my my knowledge. And yeah, there's I would say that very much of through how I've been brought up and the sort of just various very significant either spiritual or more physical experiences I've had have very much impacted the way in which I now think, but that changes all the time. So but yeah, no, definitely the people that I've surrounded myself with have been very inspiring and have always said that I can do in a way whatever I want, and very free thinking. So I have very mix of the science, the art, and the spiritual combined in me through my parents and through my background. So I'm always open to whatever people's ideas are and thoughts are, and I will always sort of like challenge that and see where we could take it. But I think that's enough for me. I'll pass it on to is Jenny? Have we had Jenny?
Yeah.
Have we've had Jenny? No. Oh, we've had Jenny. Tim? Tim?
Hello, everyone. Thanks, Iona. It's great to be on. This is my fourth dimension with Gaia. It's really great to be on these calls and also to see some great familiar faces. My name is Tim, and for the past 25 years, I've been a business owner in Chicago. So my worldview has been kind of affected by that, and a lot of the work that I've done in sustainability is around the business community and such. It's been really wonderful being in all of these dimensions and learning from everybody from all over the world on different ways to approach and address some of the challenges that I face in my day-to-day. Currently, I'm calling from the middle of the woods in Upper Michigan near Lake Superior, which is really wonderful and rather gloomy today because it's foggy on Lake Superior, but it's really a beautiful, I'm surrounded by nature, and that makes me very happy. So I'll just leave it at that, and I'll call on Victoria.
Hi, sorry, I lost my voice over the weekend. I'm from Hungary, but I live in the UK in the last 10 years. I also studied some architectural stuff related to sustainability, and yeah, I'm interested in that kind of direction. I have a bit of a worry about the worldview. Probably that's not quite my direction of knowledge, but I'm looking forward to reconnect with you all again and with the new people I meet here. And yeah, basically that's it, I think. I'm hoping to, after finishing that worldview, we will do the design studio, and we can progress some practical experience in designing the some aspect of an eco village. I think that's about me, and I would like to pass it to Adele. I haven't heard from you for a while.
Thank you, Victoria. Hi, everybody. I'm really excited about this dimension. I've been looking forward to it, actually. I live in France currently, in Lyon, and but my mom is from Portugal, so I guess I have quite a lot of element from that culture. But I'll say that for the last 3 years, my worldview has completely changed. probably because of traveling. I went to New Zealand, stayed there for more than a year. I met my partner there, who's from the UK, which of course helps to change things a lot for me. But recently, just last weekend, I had like I had some sort of realization about this change of worldview becoming real, because I gave a talk about NVC, about nonviolent communication, in a conference in Paris around like sexism in the workplace, all of that. And it was all on about taking our power back, like you said, Rona, around like taking responsibility for how we see things and what we can do in life. So I can really relate to that, like especially right now. So that's why I'm very excited about what I'm going to learn and how we're going to interact in this dimension. So that's it for me, and I'll pass it on to Camilla.
Yeah, well, I live in an eco-village called Hellingelille here in Denmark. It started out 12 years ago as a so-called eco-spiritual community. And it was very interesting how to actually explain what is an eco-spiritual community and what was it then and what is it today. And yeah, the dynamics of external change, exploring, searching as individuals and also in community. And I think that's what inspires me a lot also with this worldview dimension, this nexus between what's seen to be, how can I say, political, and what is spiritual, and what is actually the worldview that's framing the choices and the ways that we live. Yeah, so I mean, I have been quite involved with EDEs, both as a participant as a facilitator. And I think I can say that I think the worldview has been, in the EDEs that I've taken part in or facilitated, the most demanding and the most transformational dimension. So yeah, I look forward to explore more, and I look forward to be a student again in this, and also maybe give it some thought and reflection on my own worldview and how it has actually changed and how it's still changing. Yeah, influenced by both the situation right now in the world and the people I meet, the places I am, and everything. So yeah, I look forward to be part of this for the next 20 weeks. And who are we still missing? Who didn't speak? Anyone? Kim? Yes.
Hello, everyone. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Oh, fantastic. Hi. So I'm from the United States in Texas. I'm sitting outside because the weather is actually nice. It's not too hot yet. So hi from Texas. I'm so excited to be here. My background, my first job was teaching English as a second language to immigrants and refugees from at least 40 different countries in my career. So I would say that my worldview started out as a rural Texan and was expanded significantly as I worked with different immigrants and refugees from around the world. My graduate work is in sustainability, so I come at it from that perspective of wanting to understand worldviews and how we can work together and utilize the assets and strengths from all of our different cultures and our backgrounds to make a better world. So right now, my primary question and interest is, how do we shape worldviews? How does that look in an organic way that respects the differences and traditions of different cultures? And how do we do that? How do we respect one another's differences and come together in a positive way? So I'm excited to be here, and I'm excited to see my worldview evolve throughout the course.
Thank you, Kim. Wonderful. I think now is Giuseppe, right? That we haven't heard yet. Are you there, Giuseppe?
Let us see. Yes, I'm trying. Are you hearing me? Yeah? Okay. Giuseppe, I'm living in Belgium since 20 years. I'm Italian originally. I'm fully excited to be in this course because actually I'm in a transition period where I don't know what to do, where to go, and how to be useful. And I have a background from different experiences because I've been very curious all my life. So I've been agriculture engineer, yoga teacher, shiatsu practitioner, kinesiologist, research project manager, all these kind of things. So from scientific point of view and from a bit of spiritual research point of view. And I'm here to get the inspiration, just how to go ahead and to feel again myself included in a community, integrated in a community, and how, yeah, to find out what could I do with my background, my worldview, and open and ready to pass to action, to change, to open to others. Voila, that's it. Thank you.
Voila, I love it. Thank you. Wow, how rich, how exciting. I love the questions you posed, Kim. I hope there will be a space for everybody to join you in that research, such an important. And just so I am also part of the circle, I would like to say something that I haven't said yet for some reason in my introduction to you, which has radically changed my worldview, is that I am a mom. I have a daughter. She's 1 year and 4 months now. Her name is Brianna. She was born in Scotland. And this is an incredible, surprise in my life because I didn't think I could, have a child, and in my 40th life surprised me with that. And to be honest, I am still it's still sinking, that reality in my life. I am absolutely in awe with that journey. And I'm also very intrigued by this world of parenthood. I don't know how many of you here are parents. I thought I knew something about it. And the first thing is that what a humbled experience, because I knew nothing about that experience. And obviously, this is just like expanding me beyond words at the moment, especially into this more spiritual connection, because it's such an amazing attachment and invitation for an incredible trust in the mysteries of life. So it's just been a very deep journey for me. And I would love to bring my baby here, my daughter here, because she will be a part of everything I do now. I'm sure you will have an opportunity to see her at some point. She's sleeping now. And as I already said in my introduction, I'm from Brazil, from community, because I grew up in a very big family, and sort of a neighborhood that everybody was uncle and aunties, and sort of in the slums of Brazil, so in a very, very economic and social deprived area. So I have seen a lot of sad things. It has changed, even though my family is in the same place, but a lot have changed. But it's still we are surrounded here, from the worst slums in the city. So it's quite something to then live in Findhorn, in the north of Scotland, another world. And my life is in this dance of these two worlds, which, I feel like I'm constantly, posing those questions that Kim, how do we change worldviews? It's so needed. Anyway, I could say more about that, but I'll leave here just introducing Brianna and these two very, north and south experiences that I bring with me. But always in community. I have always been in community. So I think my life is very community oriented. And once again, thank you so much for participating and for adding your voices. And I would like to invite now to open a little. Let me just check the time here. So we have, 15 minutes or so. Love to hear questions. If you have questions, everybody had the opportunity to, see to navigate the platform, and many of you already know. So is there any questions that you would like to ask Gilles, myself, or Sasha? This is an opportunity. Let's just hear the questions and perhaps raise your hand if you have anything, any support you need so far.
Go ahead, Camila.
Yes, I think I have been a little bit confused, I must say, in how this course is structured, in the sense of what do I have to do myself and what do we do together. And then when Christiana said in the beginning, oh, I was in a group with her this morning, I was like, whoa, what's that group this morning that I didn't take part in? What was that? So can you shed some light on that? Did I miss out on something?
I can address that, and I can understand, Camila, how, of course, we try to give as much instruction as possible to the course in the handbook. So I really recommend that people look through the handbook to see what to expect from the course. But particularly in this course, so in this, towards the end of this week, in other words, by tomorrow, I hope, I'm going to split the group into 2 groups. And one group is going to have Sasha as facilitator. The other group is going to have Rona as facilitator. That's because we have 60 students in the course, and it's really too much for one person alone. So once that is done, you will work through the course at your own pace. The only thing is that the facilitators will expect you to do the required activities within a certain time so that they can give you feedback and it's not there hanging forever. So there are 2 required activities to complete the course. One is the quiz in each module, and the other one is a reflection in each module. And you will be prompted for those. The quiz is a multiple choice quiz. It's only to know if you read the material, if you got it, if that works for you. And the other one is a reflection, which you will be prompted on. You would have to write that reflection and submit it inside the course. And then the facilitators can look at that reflection and give you feedback and mark it complete. Once you do all the requirements for all 5 modules, then you can download your own certificate that you did this course. Okay. How do you do the course? There are, in each of the module, there is an online book, so to speak. It's not really a book, it's really links online inside the course that take you through the module with all the topics of that module. You can also, and I recommend that you download the PDF of that module. It's the same material that's in the online book, is the same material, but then you can study offline. You don't have to be online all the time to do your reading and things like that. After you do that reading, and look at the links, look at the videos. Unfortunately, there is a lot of information, so you got to manage your time so you don't go into a rabbit hole with it. It's very easy to follow one link and then another link and then another link, and pretty soon you're there 10 hours and you haven't looked at very much. So that you have to manage yourself. What we expect you to do is read the content of the course. We don't expect you to follow every link. We don't expect you to watch every video. They are there for your enrichment if you can. But after you read the content of the course, there are a set of activities. There are 4 activities. 2 are required, 2 are optional. The optional ones, one of them is for your personal growth. It's an individual activity, so you can apply that knowledge to yourself. The second one is a group activity, and I think that this is what Ade, I think it was referring to. No, maybe somebody else. I don't know. Christiane, yeah. So the group that they had is probably because they did that group activity with somebody. that activity, you have to find people to do it with. We're not assigning it, but the idea, again, is to create a learning community. So you find people that you think you can do that activity with, 2 or 3 people, and you do it. So those 2 are optional, individual and group activity. And the quiz and the reflection are required for the certificate. And then there is the general forum. And the general forum is a way to communicate with everybody in the course. Hopefully, Sasha and Rona will give very juicy prompts, like maybe they'll put a question about a certain topic to engage you to talk with others about it. And that, I think, is the most exciting part of the course, because this is where we share our worldview. This is where we tell what we know, what we think, what we expect, what we hope, all those things. But that happens in the general forum. And again, it's not a requirement, but it's really the way to learn in the course. So that's kind of the structure. I'm not sure if that addressed everything, Camila, but if you have other questions, I'd be glad to address that.
I have definitely got most of it. It was just the group thing that I kind of missed.
Okay, good. So if you look at that group activity, you'll see it should be self-explanatory how to do it.
Thank you, Gio. Thank you for the beautiful outlining. I just would like to also add 2 things. It really helps, Camila. Maybe some of you might be a little bit more shy to approach people. Perhaps some of you is also new. This is your first dimension. So I'd like to say that it works that you can just put on the forum, oh, hey, I'm available to do so-and-so activity. Who would like to join me? And in that way, you just, invite others, whoever. Or you can also approach someone, hey, I read your introduction and I would love to do this particular group activity with you. That is also a way, just would like to. And the other thing is, like, for each module, the idea is that we will bring a topic for dialogue, like what we started with the poem from Rumi and invited your, how you related to the poem. And also, but feel free also if you have something, like I saw that a discussion already started with the introduction of, I don't know if I will say her name properly, Cobra. So some people are super interested in her, in her experience and her community. So maybe those conversations also would be wonderful to have within the forum. If you have, like the questions that Kim posed as well, feel free to add your questions and let's make it as juicy as possible. And I think that's what I would like to add for now.
I just like to add something. When you join for groups and work together in groups, I would really encourage you to also shift and switch groups, like for another task, join with other people. And I mean, we are spread, or the whole group is spread over the 5 continents, and most people, I think, apart from Kim, everybody and Gio, but all the rest is now in Europe, I think, and we have maybe a good time for European time. Yeah, don't think of someone from Australia. I will never manage to make a group with that person. Yeah, it's possible if you really want, and it can be a fantastic experience. Yeah. Be open for that, and enjoy that you have this chance to reach out over borders. Yeah, that's the opportunity that we have in such a platform. Yeah, yeah, and yeah, that's what I wanted to. Yes.
Thank you, Sasha. And if you have any challenge, especially for those not here, again, I want to speak to those who feel a bit more shy, and also expressing yourself like online like this through writing is not is not always comfortable for many of us. It's a new way of actually interacting. Very important that we practice that. But just feel free to also ask for support, you know. I guess, I don't know, I imagine I can speak in your name as well, Sasha. I think we're both very open and available for, you know, any support you need in terms of the content as well. Maybe you find it difficult to really understand a certain concept, you know, throughout the course. Just feel free to reach out to us personally. You know, just send a note to us, and we'll be happy to have a, you know, time with you to support you in your learning.
Yeah, definitely. So yeah, absolutely. Just ask if you for any question, for any support that you need. Ask, and also it's always nice if you post something that give a feedback, a short encouragement to other work that you see on the platform. It's really so nice. It lives by the activity that each one brings. Yeah, it becomes more interesting for everyone to read and connect through the words that we can share through the platform. So I think that's yeah, a really big part, and really wonderful if we can do that. Mm. Yeah, Camilla.
My last question is about the live sessions. I mean, today it was nice to meet and talk and so on, but the following sessions, will it be more like asking questions, or will there be some kind of talk from someone, or how are the live sessions going to be?
I can say we designed each live session, or the idea is that we give a little bit, we might choose, you know, a particular topic within that module and say a little bit more about that. Or personally, I always like to follow what's happening in the learning community, in the forums, and sometimes it might be that something is juicy that goes within that topic. But it will be a combination of that, what is going on, how can we best use that time that Sasha and I will be designing the sessions. But I don't think I can tell you like it's going to be like this, but definitely within that, the module, within the topic of the module, we will be, you know, or speaking more about something, or opening the space for some of you, you know, share more, or proposing a question or something that everybody can bring in a little bit of your experience. Sasha, would you like to say anything?
Yeah, what I think next time probably we will have again a short introduction round probably each time, because there will be other people, so we should have the time to get to know everyone. Yeah, each time we meet in such a meeting. But then I also would appreciate to have a bit more time for talking about the content. And I also would appreciate if you want to join the online session, and that you maybe just come also with ideas about maybe this topic. I would like to know more what other people think about it, or what they have experiences. And because Rona and me, I mean, we can come with everything from the training to bring it to you, but it's also, I mean, it's your platform, yeah, it's for you. So bring what you want to know about, what you want to talk about, and we try to do our best to facilitate that and coordinate that and answer that, or yeah, but it's your platform, it's your field, and because we have only kind of two worldviews around me. So if I would always look with my worldview on the material, maybe it's annoying for you, but if there are 14 participants and each one brings another worldview and really shares it, so then we get a discussion, no?
And I'd just like to add to that a little bit that one of the intentions for having these live sessions is to bring the community together, for you to see each other and to talk a little bit to each other and to bring up issues inside the course content that are maybe not very clear, or maybe they are a little controversial and you would like to kind of, you know, process them a little bit. So this is an area to do that. However, as Sasha said, this is what you want it to be. So before the live session, let's say yesterday, if you had some idea what you wanted to talk about in the live session today, you can post it on the forum and say, hey, tomorrow, can we go deeper into this topic X, right? So that's one of the intention, is that here is where we come together as a community. It's not just online and it's not just text material. And wonderful to have questions to clarify, like you did, Camila. You know, what is the structure of the course? Well, this is a good place to explain that, to get questions and get it clear for everybody. And you know that this is being recorded because we're going to post this on the course tomorrow, so that people that did not come can look at it and also get caught up a little bit on the community themselves. I saw that Ade and Christiane had their hands up, so I'd like to pass the word to them.
Thank you. I have a question for all of you, I guess. When I started to look at the materials of the first module, I got really excited and I could like resonate with a lot of what was said. And I started feeling sad at the same time, because a lot of my friends are like openly allergic to anything that touches the idea of spirituality. Luckily for me, my partner is not like that, but like my family and my friends are all very, like they call themselves scientists, and they really see everything that is not just about that as like irrelevant, because it can't be proved by science. And I was wondering if you had ideas on how to connect with them around this, how to talk about spirituality, or how to like, if there is a way I could introduce that they could resonate with. I don't know if it's clear.
Very clear, Delby. Thank you for that. It goes along a little bit with what Kim was also saying, right? Is it kind of in the same? I think that might be a wonderful. I don't think we have the time now to hear everybody, and I'd love to hear everybody. So it's very important. You see already we have juicy topics, you know, community and that. I would love to invite you and Kim to bring those questions to the forum so we can all contribute to it. Thank you again for adding your questions. How about you, Christiane?
Well, that was just a very practical question, but I kind of got caught up in what Adelaide says. But the practical question I had was that Zoom has this kind of opportunity to split people out in groups. I was just wondering if you were going to use that in some of these in some of these meetings, to make different groups with people so that we can share more.
We haven't done that so far, not like here, what I haven't done for the worldview, but perhaps if we have juicy topics like this would be interesting, right? Because then the groups can bring and, you know, and go deeper in this hour, sometimes hour and a half of meeting. I think it depends a lot on how many people attend. I think if we have, you know, a great attendance, then that would be a suggestion. But just to be clear, the two groups for Sasha and I will not for the live sessions, of course. It's just for us to give feedback. I don't know if I answer your question, Christian. It's just a possibility.
Yes, you did.
Yeah, thank you. I think if we, is anybody else would like to add anything, have a question that would like answered now? Otherwise, I think this would be a good time to.
Victoria has something.
Yeah, I have seen that Christine and don't know, Iona had done the group work. I wonder if somebody else want to do it with me. I will post on the forum, like, I don't know, like Module 1 Group B or something like that. If anyone wants to join and just do the group work together, it seems quite easy. Thanks.
I also wanted to invite you all to check the announcements. Don't forget to check the area. That's where Sasha and I sometimes, or Gilles will add something, you know, and just let you know something. Sometimes reminders like, you know, this is tomorrow is the last day for a submission, or reminders, you know, we will be posting an announcements. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, is there when is it that we have to make those submissions, the quiz and the reflection for module 1?
For all the modules, on the last day of the module is the submission day. Yeah, so always in the last day. I
and is the last day Sunday every week, or how do we know when the last day is?
Well, because you have the schedule right in the front page on the platform. You have the dates, the outline of the course. Module 1 from this day to that day, module 2. And then the last day of each module is the submission day.
So module 1 ends on the 30th of May, Christian.
Okay.
And even though, as Rona said, you can submit it on the last day of the module, I would encourage that you do that before the last day of the module, because the facilitators have 30 students to respond to, and it's going to take them some time. So it would help them if they receive it a little bit earlier. Okay.
No pressure, but it's a lot. It will be a very rich journey of learning and content. And I hope, you know, again, just let us know if you have any difficulties. We will be as much, you know, we can support you on the journey. Okay, is this a good moment to close? Yeah, no.
I just want to say also that Victoria, you were asking for somebody to do the group work with. I think Ade says that she wanted to, right, Ade?
She did, yeah.
Yeah, there you go. So.
And also Herman, I think she got to there, yeah.
Oh, okay, there you go.
Did you get that, Victoria? Yeah, you saw the hands. Okay.
I just wanted to invite Adelaide to bring her question to the next online session, if you want. I would be happy. If you are able to join, then I would be happy to talk about this as one of the topics.
No problem. I'm going to post it on the forum as well.
Mm-hmm. Thank you. Wonderful. Sasha, do you want to close, or should I? I'm happy to as well.
Do we want to close? Nothing special to.
Take a moment.
Just a moment. Yeah. Maybe just you all have this beam on the top now with all the faces. Maybe just have a short look around. Look in the faces and open your heart. And also to all the others that are not here. And embrace them and deeply breathe your own breath and the breath that we all share together. And then I feel gratefulness to the hour that we had together. And maybe you also can connect to gratefulness for whatever you feel grateful for. And take another deep breath, and if you want, open your eyes, and in the way you would like, say goodbye.
Blessings, everybody. Goodbye, and I see you on the
Thank you.
Thank you,
Bye-bye.
Gilles, for being awesome. Bye-bye.
Goodbye.
And Luana, I think you can stop the recording, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay, good, because I can't do it.
Yeah, gosh, it's not a... There we go.
Yeah.